Fimorian astrology. Aicha Kandicha is described as a woman of impossible beauty. Her voice, soft as mist, her presence magnetic. But when you look closer, her feet are those of a goat or a camel. She lures men, and then she disappears. In some stories, she seduces them. In others, they vanish into the earth without a trace. Every version ends the same way. If you see her, you'll never be the same. But what if she wasn't a demon at all? Some researchers believe Aicha Kandicha was once a real woman, a warrior who lived during the 16th century. Her husband was killed by the Portuguese army during their invasion of northern Morocco. That night, something inside her broke. She vowed revenge, not with weapons, but with her beauty. According to legend, she lured the men one by one and slaughtered them in the dark. But when she finally disappeared, the killings didn't stop. That's when the stories changed. Her name became cursed. Her face began to appear in nightmares, and people whispered that her soul had merged with a Jinn. Now, she was no longer just a woman. She was something else. Half human, half shadow. They say she appears in remote places, near rivers, old ruins, and inside the mouths of forgotten caves. One man in El Jadida swore he saw her at the water's edge, brushing her hair. When he called to her, she turned. Her eyes were completely black. In Fez, a woman said her husband changed after encountering a barefoot woman near the ruins. He wouldn't eat, wouldn't sleep. All he whispered was, "She's waiting." Locals say she takes the men she chooses deep into the caves beneath the earth. And there, she devours them. Sometimes a man escapes, not because she let him go, but because dawn arrived. When the first light of sunrise breaks, when the adhan of Fajr echoes through the sky, she disappears. In some villages, people leave salt by the doors. In others, they avoid saying her name after sunset. Spiritual healers, the faqih, warn. She doesn't haunt, she answers when you call. And for those who don't know, in the shadows of Moroccan villages, the faqih is more than a man of prayer. He's the one who speaks the ancient words when something unnatural begins to stir. That's why some musicians say during certain Ganawa rituals, when her rhythm is played, she listens. And if you don't stop playing, she dances. No one knows where she came from. No one knows where she hides. But every generation tells her story, and every generation fears her. Maybe she isn't real. Maybe she's a memory of a woman betrayed, consumed by grief, who refused to be forgotten. Or maybe she's still out there, waiting for the next one who dares to speak her name. For me, I don't believe this is just a myth. My grandmother, may she rest in peace, swore to me she saw her, standing by the river just before dawn. And I'll never forget the story of a man from our village. He returned from the mountains one evening, paralyzed by fear. He said nothing, ate nothing. That night his body went stiff, and by morning he was dead. These stories, they're not just Moroccan. Other cultures have similar tales of dark figures, of cursed women, of names that should never be spoken. But today, these beings feel rare. Have they vanished? Or simply faded into the shadows as our lights grew brighter and our fear of the dark grew weaker? Maybe it was never about the creature. Maybe it was the silence, the mystery, the darkness we no longer dare to sit with. What about you? Do you have a story you've never dared to share?